the idea of trying to get it here before the 15th.
All right, so Ms. Devnan, is there some reason that this document, which was provided to you in court on July 2nd, was not mailed until the 7th?
I just followed my attorney's instructions, who's not here.
Not
I was
mailed
never
until the 8th.
notified. Also, what he's talking about deposit, he didn't give me
No,
the...
back up for
Oh,
one moment,
okay.
because I asked a question. This document was given to you in court on July 2nd, correct?
Correct, and I just kept following my advice of my attorney because apparently he had a problem communicating with my brother's attorney, and we were only supposed to talk to attorney to attorney.
All right,
So a lot
so
of the
did your attorney
communication...
tell you not to mail it until July 8th?
He told me to wait, correct, to mail it. I have an email that says, let me see the documents before you mail it, because we got hit up with that last one, because we were surprised at the contempt, because nobody had been notified.
And what's the date of the... You were notified, ma'am, at the address that you provided to
Correct.
the court. So if the document that you filed with the court with the Linebrook Road address is not correct, I strongly suggest that you file a notice of change of address with the court before you leave today, and you can get
Okay.
that form from
Yes.
Attorney Crossinger. Otherwise, you filed that address with this court and you were notified. So what is the date on the email from your lawyers telling you to let him see the
Yesterday.
date?
Yesterday,
And
as
is
they
there
put
some
everything-
reason when you sent it yesterday and paid $7.45 to send it certified mail return receipt requested that you didn't overnight mail it?
No, ma'am, I was just trying to get everything together yesterday. I did send it certified. And I have a few other questions. I'm concerned that this letter my father didn't write, requiring the money for the car. I don't even know where my father is.
All right. The issue before the court today is compliance with the decree entered on June 3, 2015. It would appear, and I've provided you with a copy of the certified mail receipt, that these documents were mailed to the address in Kansas City, Missouri on July 8th that they're required to be sent to by regular mail. I can do one of two things, counsel. I can enter a temporary order on the complaint for contempt to ensure that they get there, or I can enter a judgment on the complaint for contempt today.
Judge, I think the only thing that I would look for, or what I would look for, is some order that, based on my understanding, Judge, from when Mr. Vorges did it, takes 2 to 3 days to process, and then will take, depending on how it's transferred, it could be done. The quickest way is via a wire, but it could also be mailed within a day. So that if there's a temporary order that Mr. contact them to try to facilitate wiring, or that upon immediate receipt of it, that it be the money be turned over forthwith. I think that would be ideal, so that we could hopefully have it within a week.
All right, so if counsel for the parties can perhaps speak to one another. I will tell you, procedurally, this decree, can't enter a decree until I have a bond. I didn't have a signed bond until today. I didn't have the numbers that were promised on June 3 by counsel until today. The decree is going to enter dated today. I'm hard-pressed to find Ms. Devnan in contempt of a decree that didn't enter. So I strongly suggest that everybody pay attention to the details of this case. I don't know why, ma'am, you filed a document with the court saying you lived at Linebrook Road. If you never lived there, you never worked there, and you've never been there. But it's your signature on that document. So you need to file a notice of change of address with the court today with your current address, because unless or until you do that, service at Linebrook Road is valid service. The only issue before the court is the complaint for contempt and compliance with the agreement. I'm going to enter an order that the parties are to comply with the decree. You have the receipt, and we will take it from there. If you have issues, ma'am, on communication with your father, I cannot imagine that your attorney and Mr. Borges' attorney can't work through those issues.
Yes, ma'am, if I do get it deposited, this was additional form that I needed to get with a copy of the check. It's called the non-electrical transfer service, which also needs a medallion by Byron Borges. So to expedite it, since I sent it last night, I didn't go through this process, because he would have had to sign it with a medallion and a copy of the check. So that's
All
why.
right, so you've already signed that document?
I didn't, because
So-
it required two
Counsel,
medallions.
you may want to have
Yeah, I
a
didn't have to.
conversation, and perhaps you
Yeah.
go to the bank today, the three of you, get it signed, get the proper medallions, and get the process in place, all right?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so ma'am, if you want to file a change of address, you can do that, and the three of you should speak and perhaps make arrangements to go directly to a bank today, all right?